Hey everyone, welcome back to RJK English. Okay, today is Business and Conversational English. How do we use these phrases? These are very useful phrases. You're going to hear American English speakers say them. You might hear British and Australian and other English speakers say them as well. And I'm going to explain them to you. And then you can try to use them in your speech. But the most important thing is listen for them. Listen and hear them. If you need further examples, use Youglish. Youglish is a great resource. And if you don't know how to use that, hit me up in the comments or on RJK English on Facebook, and I can show you again how to use Youglish. It is incredible. Okay, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps a lot. And share this with someone else that is learning English as well. Then I will be able to make these videos a lot more. So, I just did this with one of my students. Hey, Henry. So, hand it over and have to hand it to them. Okay, this literally means I'm handing something. So, I have this eraser. I'm going to hand it to you. It means give it to you, right? But hand goes to hand. I hand it to you. You might come up to someone with, come up to someone and you're talking about something. They say, "Hey, hand it to me." You know, maybe you're showing your phone and you're saying, "Oh, on my phone I have some pictures," and they go, "Oh, hand it to me. I'll look at it. I want to look at it." So we also use this in some other ways. Let's say that someone comes to you, you owe them money. Okay, you owe them $5. Maybe you made a bet with them or something like this. They come to you and they say, "Hey, I want that $5. And you say, "Oh, I'll give it to you later." They say, "Hand it over. Hand it over." That means give it to me right now. You know, give it over to me. Hand it over. Yeah. When you sell a car, you hand over the keys to the new owner. You hand over the keys. Or if you sell a house, you hand over the deed of ownership to the other person. Hand it over. There's a phrase, though, I have to hand it to them. So this is a little odd. Okay, so I'm going to give a business situation. Let's say you're running the accounting department and you hire a new accounting person. They're new. And you're talking to one of your senior people and you're like, "Oh man, that guy, he barely knows Excel documents." You know, so you've said something bad about him, right? He barely knows Excel documents. But I have to hand it to him. He comes into work every day. He works on it and he's improving. So you've given something bad about them, but you've said something good about them as well. I have to hand it to them. Okay, let's try another one. Oh, you're playing a sport, okay? And there's a guy, he's not that good. You know, you say, "Man, that guy, he can barely play this." But you know, I have to hand it to him. He works really hard. He's always here at practice. He practices hard the whole time, and he has a great attitude. So you've said something bad about their abilities, but you've shown that their attitude and the way they try is really good. So you've said something good about them. I have to hand it to them. You know, it's kind of a compliment, but you've also shown something bad about them. So we use it in this way. So see if you can hear this when you're listening to English, and use Youglish and try it out as well. Hang in there. So the picture we have when we say hang in there is someone is in a tree and their feet slip and they're hanging onto the branch. They're like, because they don't want to fall. That's the idea we have when we have the idea of hang in there. And it's something we say to people, hang in there. It's a suggestion or encouragement to them. So hey, I know that right now you don't have much money. You're in college. You can't buy a whole lot. Hang in there. Hang in there. When you're done with college, you're going to get a great job and life will be much better. Hang in there. So it's this idea like you're hanging from a cliff or from a tree, and the person says, just keep hanging on, And we also use this, keep hanging on, keep hanging on, keep hanging on to hope. Oh, I lost my dog, I can't find them. Keep hanging on to hope. Don't lose hope. You'll find your dog. That's the idea of hang in there. Silver lining. This comes from a phrase or a saying that we have. With every dark cloud, there is a silver lining. What does this mean? It means that if you see a cloud and it's dark, right? So here's a cloud and it's dark. What happens if the sun is behind it? If the sun is behind it, the rays come like this from behind, and around it, you'll see like a bright edge to it. That is like if I have the shirt and if I have a special pattern along here, this is called a lining. A lining. So here the cloud has a silver lining. That's where this comes from. And we say every dark cloud has a silver lining. This is an optimistic way of looking at things, right? So someone might say, oh, the pandemic is horrible. And it is. It's absolutely awful. But the silver lining is people are learning to work from home and they are learning to take classes from home. This means that in the future, they can work for companies in other countries or study in other countries virtually because they have this skill. This is the silver lining. So there's something terrible happening, but you need to find a silver lining. What is the thing that you can learn from it during that time? And I've had a video on this about how to get through the pandemic. Not that I know exactly how, but we have to think about this, right? How to get through this. So what is the silver lining? At work, there's a lot of people getting fired. The silver lining is it's forcing me to work on my resume. My CV. I'm working on my resume, so it's increasing my skills, or maybe it's helping me to learn to get through hard times. This is the silver lining. Light at the end of the tunnel. The idea of this is you are in a tunnel, right? If you've ever been on a train or in a car in a tunnel, it's dark in the tunnel, right? But far off in the distance, you can see a little light, and that's the end of the tunnel when it gets into the sunlight again. And people say, hold on, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This means it's the same as hang in there. Don't give up. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. We are going to get out of this tunnel and back into the sunshine. Things will get good again. The pandemic is really bad, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The vaccine is here and people are getting vaccinated. Things are going to get better. Don't lose hope. Hang in there. Hang in there. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. So take advantage of this opportunity. We'll use the same thing. The pandemic is happening. People have to work from home. Let's take advantage of this opportunity. One, we can save money by staying at home, right? Some people can't, but if you can save money. Also, take advantage of it. You are now working from home. You're always on the computer. Maybe you can learn something, right? You can learn another language like you're doing right now. Great job. You can learn another language. You can study something online. Take advantage of this opportunity. Okay? We'll say this a lot. Listen out for these phrases, and when you hear them, comment on this video or hit us up on RJK English and I can explain things even further. If you're interested in Youglish, hit me up in the comments or on RJK English and I'll make sure to show you Youglish. It's a brilliant site. okay, for using things like this. All right, I'll talk to you later.